Well, a very good morning to all our pool fans, and welcome back to the Rio All Suite Hotel and Casino. Well, good morning if you're in Las Vegas anyway. And what a treat we've got in store for you this morning. It's an invitational event, the Bankpool Showdown. 12 players invited into this, and we are in the group stages, two groups of 6 players each. So they're vying for a spot to get through their groups. And my name's Jim Weich, and I'm very happy to be joined all the way from the Netherlands, good friend of mine and someone who's going to offer a lot of insight into Bankpool, Tim de Ruyter. Welcome, Tim, and we're in for a treat, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. Bankpool, definitely one of my favorite games. So, yeah, just looking forward to see the best players, the best Bankpool players in the world in action. And this is definitely a great starting match for us. Great first match of the groups.
$40,000 in prize money. It's 9-ball. It's a non-WPA sanctioned event, so all the matches are single, races to 3 with a winner breaks rule. And as I said, we're in the group stages, 6 players in each group, round robins. The top 3 from each group advance, so a lot of pressure. Justin Hall, Tony Shohan.
Okay, so the format, we're playing races to 3. Obviously, the player that makes 5 clean banks wins the rack. Call shot, so has to call the pocket and sometimes the amount of rails too. So dry break from Justin. Bankpool always being played with hand rack, so that's why also the referee is racking the balls, one on the spot. And the dry break from Justin gives Tony here a great chance to get some early points on the board. And look at this shape too. Cross side on the 7. Rewards in another cross side on the 2 or cross corner on the 9. Great opening chance.
Wow, this is an
Run the cue
impressive
ball
start.
forward. Well, straight back on the 5. Straight in the hole. Beautiful shape on the 4. Looks to be 5 and out. Needs one more. Definitely sets the tone here if he does so. Oh, close. But if you have a quick look at the cue ball, he also played it a little bit two-way to where he could not sell out. And that's also something I really like about the game of banks, is that you don't always have to shoot completely aggressive. You can play the cue ball too. Nice turn bank from Justin there on the 1. Center ball causes friction with the 1. Yeah, he's down 4-0, Jim, so he's kind of trying to make something happen here. It's a good try, very close. Let's see, I believe that 4 ball still goes, yeah. Now some players like to play this center ball, some of them like to play with just a touch of left to open the 4 on the rail just a tad more. Yeah, he played with stun left and wins the first game, Tony. 2-inning rack.
Yeah, T-Rex, the big man with a big reputation, Tony Chohan. Very adept at one pocket. Big money player as well, Tim. I'm sure you're well aware of that.
Oh yeah, Yeah, and I've also had the opportunity to play him a couple times, so I'm well aware with his game. He has a very aggressive style, doesn't hold back. He doesn't really play the cue ball that often. Like whenever he has a shot, he just likes to go. So very aggressive style. Likes to play multi-rail banks too. Same for Justin. Both play multi-rail very well.
And as I said, it's a winner break rule, so Tony will come back to the table to break here in the second rack. Single races to 3, so right away he's got Justin Hall under a bit of pressure.
Okay, so now that was a good chance for Justin, but he decided to go really aggressive, making the 3-ball and trying to run the cue ball back down table to get shape. Could have done with just making 1 point and playing safe, or making 1 point and play a straight back.
Yeah, nothing easy right now though, Tim.
Well, could be interesting. Does he play maybe the three rails in the side? Is possible. Like this is the stage where you can try a multi-railer. In case you miss it, the ball goes back down table and you leave the cue ball to the short rail. No, he just played safe. Needs a 2-ball to stay low though. Just enough. Good shot there.
Called the 6 into the pocket. He's queuing over.
Straight back. What a shot there. Pulled one out of his sleeve there, Jim. Knew that he was always going to bring the cue ball back down table. Similar to this 1-ball. He knows the cue ball is always going to be safe. So as long as you play the correct speed, you either make one or play good defense. It's another one. 2 in a row. That's what I mean. These kind of shots are so natural to these guys. They've shot them over and over. They all play one pocket too, so a bunch of these bank shots, they show up in that game as well. So they just have a lot of feeling, and they recognize whenever they like to swing at something and when not to. Another straight back here. Low right spin, opening up. Ooh, overcut. I think the spin got him there.
It was also interesting, Tim, that the event initially started out with 8 players and they expanded to 12 just because of the popular feedback that they received. So that many players wanted to enter, so they bumped it up to 12 instead of the original 8.
Well, obviously, this kind of format has never happened. So all the fans and all the players, they were surprised that now suddenly there's a huge bank event. Like there's not too much bank pool nowadays anymore. Just the Derby City Classic, I believe. Maybe at Buffalo's they'll do something with banks, but not too much anymore. So it's good to see the games coming back a bit. So no value in shooting something on the 7. He's just trying to play a good cue ball. Also, one of the positive things on the banks, Jim, is that this game sometimes it turns really defensive, so it gets players out of stroke. And then when they finally get a shot, you know, things get very nervy. So yeah, there's so many different styles, and people can get into stroke, but also can get out of stroke real fast.
Very significant to win the group as well. You win the group, you go straight through into the semifinals. Second and third place finishers in each group will cross play in the quarters.
Oh, close try. Gotta say, they both came out swinging. Like, I feel they did not show up just to tap the ball around and play a bunch of defense. I feel like they're trying to make big runs here, trying to put on a show.
Tony shaking his head. I think he fancied himself to get that one.
Well, especially with playing that speed, the pocket plays quite big. And usually when you miss that straight back, you leave the cross corner. I think Justin has the cross corner here. It's close on the kiss. And if you happen to miss it, you sell out on the 2-ball. So this is quite a big shot. Yeah, obviously call shot here, so players have to nominate how many rails or what pocket. Ooh, close on the scratch there. So straight back on the 7. He usually hits those so well. He's so close on those straight backs, especially the soft speed. That's where his one pocket finesse shows up. You see, I find this interesting. He's called the 3-1 rail straight back with inside spin trying to check it. Super tough. Yeah, a little bit surprised he shot at that, Jim.
Entirely
now, one of the
different rack than the first one,
Go
though,
ahead,
isn't
Brent.
it, Tim? The first one was just fire from the hip. This one a little bit more tactically inclined.
Tried to go 3 rails there, but no good. Left across corner here on the 3-ball. Yeah, just like you mentioned, you don't really see that same flow, same vibe going in the whole match in Banks in general. I mean, it's not like in rotation where they just show up doing the same trick. In Banks, you'll see someone run 5 and then the next game cannot make a ball for like maybe 5 or 10 shots. Okay, so now also interesting part of Banks obviously is playing the ball count. Justin up 3-1 is trying to push Tony into going aggressive, and if he fails to make the ball, giving easier banks to Justin. How does the 7-ball shape up? You see, for Justin, he can play to make one ball at a time and play safe. But for Tony, he might not have enough time to do so. Yeah, as you can hear, the shot clock is on too, so they don't have too much time to think about defense or the cue ball. They kind of got to go. He hit that great. If he had played that soft, he would have scratched in the corner. That's why he played that pace. 4-1, needs one more to win the second game. Clever shot there. Is trying to close up all the balls. As long as all the balls are tied in one corner, it will be impossible for Tony to run 4 and out. So we'll probably see Justin get some distance in this. Nicking the 4, bring the cube all the way up table. Needs good speed. Play good pace there. Yeah, super tough. I know he was trying to shoot at something to make something happen, but at times I just like to not shoot at these kind of straight backs when the cue ball's frozen to the rail. So cross corner on the 5, just got to make sure he beats the kiss to level the score 1 each. Nope. And is he going to give Tony a similar shot? Yeah, I think he has. Now, if Tony makes this with low left, the left is going to make the 5 ball go short, so he can hit it thicker. And he could potentially get shape on the A2, so he could shoot for not only 1 point. Oh, he tried to go with inside spin and caught the kiss.
Still just the 1 bank required for Justin to level it up.
Yeah, try to play with a lot of outside spin to make the 5 ball go shorter on the long rail. Just slightly sketching the ball thick. As far as I know, Justin did not play in any other events so far this week in Vegas, so he might have some trouble adjusting with the spin on the new Arcadia cloth. But certainly he's gonna like this. Aggressive from Tony. Sold out the farm. This is a high percentage cross side. To level the score 1 each.
And
there
that
it
he
is,
does. As you said, Tim, sold out the farm. So 1 apiece. Justin will break in the 3rd rack. It's a race to 3, remember.
On the other table, we have, I believe, the other group going on at the same time. Let's see what the score is over there. Joshua Filler and Skylar Woodward at it. Joshua leading 1-0 and 4-3 in ball count in the 2nd game. Billy already finished his first match. 3-1 against Evan Lunda. Okay, so let's see. The break is important though. If you can make a ball on the break and get a couple cross sides, cross corners to start with.
Yeah, it's a big if. And if you don't, you kind of turn it over to your opponent.
So it literally turns the other way around, Jim. Oh. It did look a little bit wide, but I was expecting him to check it with some inside and softer. Tony has missed a couple balls so far, which usually I would say quite decent percentage to him. Let's see how offensive Justin wants to play. He's playing for one rail on the side. Could choose to play to the corner and play the cue ball back to the short rail in case you don't make it. But what about that for a shot? He just checked it. Beautiful.
Still nothing jumping out. That to me looks like an easy bank. Tim, do you see anything that even looks remotely easy?
Well, I was thinking at straight backing the 7 ball, but I think that might be close in the kiss too. So he has the 9, could play with full draw, low right, drawing away from the kiss. No, he's going forward, and that just hung up on him. A little bit wide, and look at the shape. Look at what he's giving Tony. That's what I mean. Like they like to go very aggressive, but they give each other plenty of chances here. Bump on the 5. No bump on the 5. Decided to draw the cue ball. What is happening?
That's a bad miss from Tony. You'd really expect to get that one.
So cross side, smidge of left spin. Could play the 4 in the side pocket. Yeah, and this is more defensive style. Some of the players would choose to play this to the corner and play shape on the top side of the table, but if you happen to miss the ball, you sell out. Oh, look at this. Straight in on the 5. Justin is starting to feel the table. That was a tough shot. Played a good shot there. Cross side. Needs one more. Don't think he has much more though. So might be time to just wait. Unless he wants to go aggressive and bank the 1 in the side. No. See, he's banking the 3 ball 3 rails. And then if it happens to not go, he's probably going to tie up the 2 ball. Cue ball at the bottom of the table. It's close. It's close. But it doesn't go in.
Tony Chohan started this out so strong, aggressive, and secured the opening rack very fast. But since then, Justin Hall has really picked up the pace. He's certainly got Tony in a lot of trouble here. And I think you noted, Tim, that when you're trailing, as Tony is 4-0 in this rack, he's got to be aggressive.
Yeah, there's two styles though, because some of the players, they like to play a very long patience game on this and just wait till they get a better position and wait till they finally get a good opportunity where they can actually run 2 or 3 instead of just attacking on just one single point. In the meantime, Justin taking a 2-1 lead. Yeah, I'm quite surprised actually by Tony's showing, because like you said, he starts with a 5 and out. Looked perfect. And then now suddenly he's maybe playing a little bit over aggressive. It's just such a good game, Bankpool. Most of the people don't realize that there's so many hidden tricks. You know, special spin, turning the ball, feeling the cushion, multi-rails. There's so many players or pool fans out there that have no idea that there's so many details into it.
$40,000 up for grabs, $16,000 to the eventual winner. The runner-up will take home 10 grand. As we've said, 12 players and a host of world champions in various disciplines, all making up this 12-player field.
This is an interesting turn of events here, Jim. Finally makes the ball on the break, and now the only shot he has is a straight back on the 9, which is not a hanger, and especially right after the break, you know that if you don't make that straight back, or he's straight backing the 8, but he could leave Tony a lot more if he doesn't make the ball. Now, for everybody that's not familiar with Bankpool, the ball he just made on the break will respot whenever his turn is over. So, ooh,
Yeah, really straighten that one up.
Spin.
Yeah, too much.
Oh, and that's also really sensitive, you know, like you'll have to draw a little less spin, and
yes, the referee, Tim, he forgot what you told him. Tony had to remind him to spot the ball.
I can understand why, because this is not something that happens in many games. When do you make a ball on the break and respot it?
9 ball, 1 rail corner.
Well, needs to stiffen that 9 ball up. Looks a little bit wide, so inside spin. Stiffed it too much. Could have left a lot more on that 9. Might have to play something on the 2.
2 ball, 1 rail side.
Well, he's called a 2 ball in the side pocket 1 rail, but 2 ball is going slow. Well, he really went to go all in on that. Just let the cue ball go, hit it firm. And now possibly if Tony makes a 4 and runs the cue ball down table, can get shape on the 2 to the side. He's just not making anything. Every time he put that little bit of spin on the ball to open up the bank after the rail, he's mainly just been... He's trying to adjust over and over, but he's just not finding the right touch at the moment. And that's also one thing, you know, I believe a strong Bankpool player can play a little bit more defense when he's not feeling well enough to make every ball. And then suddenly when you feel like the arm is starting to feel better, it makes more sense to take more risk. So we all know how extremely well Tony plays these games aggressively. But I would like to see a little bit more of this, you know, just taking care of the cue ball and wait it out. that's quite the mistake. Look at how straight in he's left Tony on the 6.
Same pocket.
Yeah, then again, he's missed the 4, but look also at the shape he's giving Justin. He's trying too hard to run 5 and outs. Oh. Both are starting to struggle a little bit, Jim.
Well, sometimes the balls dictate the pace of play, and there's nothing easy about the way these balls are situated, Tim. Mind you, Tony's missed a couple that I think for a Bankpool player, you know, were almost sitters for him. Well, that was pretty nice. That was very handy, that little touch.
Well, he has moved the 7 ball, and that lucky rub off the 4, he's going to take that for sure. Make the 4, get on the 5 or the 8 to the side. Now suddenly, we are bashing Tony that he's not making any balls, and now suddenly he's on 3 with definitely plenty of options to finish the rack. But then again, he's missed it by like a ball. It's just that spin he's putting on the ball. He's not dialed in at the moment. It's called straight back on the 8. Full contact with a lot of outside spin, as you can see him. But again, overcut. Every time he's putting the twist on the ball, he's been catching it a hair too thick or too thin. Just not the sweet spot. One rail in the side. Ooh, nice shot there, J Hall. Played a little bit more defense on the side as well, knowing that banking that to the side was lower percentage, but happened to make it. Now he's 3-1 down, but at least the balls are in the open. They're in an open position, so has an opportunity if he gets back to the table. Has a chance at least. Called the 5 ball straight back. Probably with... Could play with top left, bringing the cue ball to the bottom of the table, or low right. Bring the cue ball back where it is now. And another straight back for Justin. Don't forget too, this is everybody's first bank match. Like I mentioned, Justin has not played in another event here in the Las Vegas Expo this year, so still needs to do some adjusting. But in the long haul, I think we're gonna see amazing bank pool action. As you see now, this game is starting to shape up like a little bit more tactical battle, trying to shoot something and not giving up the whole game at the same time. It's called 3 rails in the side. Oh, this is close.
Eight ball, one rail, corner pocket.
Top right spin, straight back. Caught it too wide, but as you can see, on those kind of shots, he was not too disappointed by missing them, because he's just playing more cue ball defense.
Pretty good shot. Good thinking shot, that one from Justin Hall. Drawing the cue ball just near the middle of the table, keeping the banks easy, or sorry, difficult. And
Tricky. There's no 2-railer on the 3 ball. There is the straight back. Cue ball will go back and forth over the long rails. You can play pocket speed. Ginned it. Beautiful shot. 3-2. Slowly coming back this game. Very underrated player in general, Justin. Plays all games. Plays quite some events a year, so it always seems to go under the radar. Oh. Cross corner the 5, but then again needed to put that big spin on there and caught it way too thick.
hasn't left anything again. Tony 3-2 in front. Justin leading 2-1 in racks. So Tony has to win this rack.
Eight ball, two rails, corner.
2 rail on the 8. Leaving the cue ball on the top short rail. A little long. It's just making sure Tony doesn't get too much to swing at this point of the game. With Tony being on 3, if you leave him in the open, we all know that he can come up with 2 straight backs, 2 multi-railers in a row, so just slightly off. Look what he's given Justin here. He can make the 8 and get shape on the 5 ball. There's the speed.
I think he's
Could be
okay. Can
close.
straighten this up.
Five ball, one rail, corner.
Yeah, we'll have to play this with stun left spin, pressing the 5 short. Really different kind of stroke. Transfer the spin into the ball. Yeah, that's what he's tried. Scored 3 each, both needing 2. Tony to stay into this match. Justin to get his first win on the board in the Bankpool Showdown. One difference though with how Bankpool is being played most often is that they are having a shot clock on this, and that's not something that happens too often. Similar like we've seen in the one pocket challenge earlier this week, where they played with I think it was a 45-second shot clock, not too sure. But it definitely makes the players feel a little bit more stressed. Oh, he found
What a shot.
a beautiful
What a
straight back
shot.
there.
Oh, one required for Tony to level it up.
Yeah, what would you play here? You got to think a little bit defense too. It's called the 1 ball 3 rails, low left. Trying to play the pace that if he doesn't make it, he kills the 1 ball, but this is close. Doesn't go in, but the 1 is not available anymore for Justin, so it at least guarantees Tony another inning. Slides that one in. Last ball. No bank shot available as far as I know. Don't think there's no multi-rail. Well, there is one really aggressive multi-rail. I see Mickey Krause play a derby, but he's not going to play 3 rails in the corner where he's standing at. It's called the 1 ball 2 rails in the corner. Super thin. Oh wow, look at this. This has a chance.
Unbelievable shot. Wow. What an effort.
I did not believe he actually called that, but he played one heck of a shot right there. Good try. Tony just trying to give Justin a nasty straight back. Cue ball on the rail. And this is all about the defense too. You don't see them just jack up and swing at this. You don't want to gamble on this. You want to play a good speed, good control. Yeah, try to play the back cut in order to have more defense on it. But hit it way too wide. And the chance for Tony here to level the score 2 each and go to a hill match.
1 ball, 1 rail, corner.
Oh.
Well, that's one that got away. Big
Yeah,
chance now.
so far this...
Sorry, Tim, I was going to say big chance for Justin to seal the deal here.
1 ball, 1 rail side.
Yeah, cross side for the cheese. To close it out. It's a little bit strange though. I feel he's in between of playing it just top spin or to draw away from the kiss, but he's playing top left. How's it looking? Doesn't go. And pretty straight cross corner here for Tony. And he can definitely let his stroke out on this too. Are we going to a deciding rack? Oh. Yeah, if you look at him, he's very disappointed in his performance so far. Only the first game, he ran 5 and out, and for a second I thought, okay, we might see something special here. We might see some fireworks, but
Rail corner.
ever since he started to struggle. And a pretty decent chance here on the straight back. Can play pocket speed, so the pocket will play a little bigger. Top left spin. This is close. This is
This is
very
in.
close. I think it's in.
This is there. And Justin Hall with a great shot on the one to close it out. A 3-1 win. His match over Tony Chohan. He'll sit back and see how the other players in his group are faring, but there's going to be a lot more Bankpool action coming your way. Stay with us. About a little over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes away. SVB will be gracing your screens. A lot of fun, Tim, and thank you for educating me on Bankpool. And you're going to be joining me in a little over an hour's time. We hope you're going to all be with us again, too. Thanks, folks. We'll see you again soon.
Yep, see you soon.
Alright, then we have another winner for one of the raffles. The raffle is from Smash Billiards. You can collect your prize at the Smash Billiards booth. And the winner, Justin. Congratulations, pick your prize up at the Smash.
like to fill one of those spots, please go to the registration desk, the USAPL side, and get signed up before 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is the cutoff for all entries for second chance 8-ball singles. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Rio All Suite Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas. And the focus of our attention, it's the Bankpool Showdown coming your way with two of the biggest names in the world of pool. On the right, Shane Van Boning. On the left, Josh Filler from Germany. These two guys would draw a crowd even if they were playing beach volleyball. And I'm very happy to be joined from my color man, an expert in the world of Bankpool, and thank God he's here, Tim de Ruyter, coming to you all the way from the Netherlands. Tim, a warm welcome back to Las Vegas.
Thank you. Very happy to be here. Like you said, these two, they'll get a crowd wherever they go. Not too sure about the beach volleyball, but besides that,
Well, have you ever seen them play beach volleyball? Well, I can tell you this is a new event, invitational event, 12 players vying for the $40,000, the lion's share of the $40,000 up for grabs, $16,000 going to the eventual winner. It's 9-ball, a race to 3, so it's fast. Aggressive style and creative, imaginative play rewarded here in Las Vegas for this event. And we've already got one under our belt. We saw Tony Chohan go down to Justin Hall, 3 racks to 1. Very exciting, and was my inaugural event. I've never done a bank pool event before, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, Tim.
well, I think that was a nice warm-up for you to be introduced to the game. Because I know that both these gentlemen play quite some bank pool. Always run far, run deep in the Derby City Classic, so you might see some great shots, but this is surprising. He was trying to
He's
play that cross
got
side.
the wrong game. He's got the wrong game.
Yeah, was trying
I
to
can
put a
tell
lot
you-
of spin on there.
Sorry, Tim. I was just going to give everybody the lay of the land here that there's 2 groups of 6 players. 3 players come out of each group. The winner of the group goes straight through to the semifinals. Good shot, that one from SVB. And then the next 2, well, they play cross matches from the 2nd and 3rd winners in the other group to see who's going to make up the final 4 in the semifinals. That's how you end up with the last 4. But Van Boning with a gilt-edged opportunity here early to go up 1-0 against Filler.
Yeah, nice shot on that straight back for sure. He's now in a position where if he plays his with draw, could have ran more, but a little wide.
Yeah, the look on his face, I think, very telling. Not a good effort from Van Boning.
Well, a similar look to the face Joshua had on that opening shot he's played on the 8, so yeah, maybe some early nerves. They both know how well they both bang the ball, so it will be interesting. This match could turn into a very tactical battle, but could also turn into 2 monsters just running high runs, 3, 4, 5s. Played a little bit more cue ball here. Wasn't trying as much to make the straight back, but I believe taking care of the cue ball is a very handy skill to have in bank pool. Checking up the cue, straight back. Such an in-between stroke. He's almost made it. Good try. And this is exactly what Filler was trying to achieve. Putting Shane on the rail and then getting a straight back with the cue ball off the rail. This is a lot higher percentage. Straight draw, cue ball back to the short rail. Ginned it. think he could
Levels it
still
up to a
straight back
piece.
the 9. No, played safe. Maybe laid a little bit awkward. Good shot there. Made sure Shane does not have something to go aggressive with. Is he cross-cornering the 5? I definitely wouldn't like to shoot the 2, as I might skim off the 5 and scratch. Oh, he was able to miss the 5. It's a good try. Just a tad more left spin to make the 2 come out shorter. You can see, Jim, both of them are being very aware of where they leave the cue ball. This is a very different game than we've just seen between Tony Chohan and Justin Hall. They came out swinging and very aggressive and leaving them each other, yeah, pretty easy cross sides, cross corners. These gentlemen, I don't think they're gonna do that too often. So in Bankpool, you have to call the pocket, and if you're playing more than one reel, you have to call also how many reels you're gonna play. So in that case, he was trying to play the straight back 1 reel. And if it goes in any other pocket, it just spots back up, so it doesn't count.
I wonder if he knew he was on camera.
Now there is only one slight difference to this format than I'm used to with playing banks, and that is that we are using a shot clock here on the TV table, so decision making has to be just a little faster. And he's called the 3 rails on the side on the 6, withdrawn the cue ball to go all the way to where he is now. Yeah, missed it, but just look at the control of the situation. Kinda was a free shot as long as he played a good cue ball.
You mentioned very early, Tim, that there might be a little bit more tactical play involved in this match.
Well, like everybody also knows, is both of these gentlemen, they have excellent speed control. They've been shooting from the rail like probably 7 out of 10 so far in this opening rack. Possibly 8 out of 10. So every time you put someone to that short rail, it's going to be so awkward. Well, his arm is shaking quite a bit. Did you see that?
As long as he cues in between shakes, he's just fine.
Yeah. But he has left. Shot here for Joshua. Just wondering, might be on the kiss slightly. So stun right spin, trying to make it short with the right spin. And has to play the speed to where if he doesn't make it, he doesn't want to sell out. Doesn't want to sell out. One rail in the side. Similar thing, you know, those are not hangers. Most of the people, they look at these kind of shots and they say, well, he's supposed to make this, but it's a little bit off angle. And there's a bigger plan than just to make one ball. this is slowly turning into a pretty tight opening rack.
Yeah, a lot of conservative play.
Oh. Now, has he left Shane something? I mean, of course, he is close to the 4 ball, so makes it a lot higher percentage. But can he beat the kiss on this? I think the kiss is quite close. The 6 doesn't go, the 9 is in the way, so he's playing the 4 ball. And where is he moving the cue ball to? That's what he's trying to figure out. He knows that the 4 is the shot, but is he playing with draw and leave the cue ball near the 5? Or is he trying to play with top left and at least get the cue ball up table more off, a little bit more? Yeah, that's another thing with the sliding cloth. The turning point of that 4 on the rail really depends on the speed. If you play that a little bit more firm, it straightens up quite a bunch. Oh, missed that one quite a bit actually. Aimed the 6. I can feel there's some nerves between the two of them. They obviously have played the 1 pocket before, earlier this week. And Banks is a completely different ball game.
Been a number of shots that have threatened the pockets. But as yet, though, Tim, just no clear-cut window, really, for any player to seize the opportunity.
Well, this is definitely... Oh. That is surprising. They're starting to struggle. Like I was going to say, the match is now slowly turning into that they're about to grind to make a ball and play safe. So it's like 1 and stop. And that's just because a couple balls are locked. They're trying to protect their lead. So obviously Shane is not going to shoot at more balls than this 2 ball. If he makes this, he's on the hill. He can close the game a bit and wait for a good opportunity. Oh, made the 5 by accident. Spots up, so 2 balls in the open. Straight back on the 2. At some point, it's time to go. You cannot always hide as well. Yeah, there it is. Straight back. Yeah, this time, if you look at the cue ball, he didn't do as much to bring the cue ball all the way back up. He felt like he had to go. This cross corner is close. Is not allowed to touch the 4. In this case, it doesn't count. It spots back up. Has to be a clean bank shot.
Well, slowly, though, Tim, you know what is noticeable is the balls have been matured from safe positions to now shots become a little bit more risky, given that the balls are in the open.
Oh, he ginned that one. Look at this. Played the cue ball as well. Tried to play both. Yeah, Josh in the background, a little bit disgusted because he knows he's had quite a number of shots. He's missed a straight back, but look at that cue ball. Two balls in play. Again, fluked a ball in the different corner, spots back up, and those are tough situations because you cannot just drop down, wing at the 4, and if you don't make it, leave the 5 ball, or the other way around. So you have to find a way to still have an element of save. And he didn't, so
That was risky. Would have come with a lot of rewards, but he's left Shane what really is a bank he's going to be favored to get. One bank into the corner pocket to secure the opening rack.
well, could also play this a little softer though, just in case if he doesn't make it, the 4 will be hanging right there. And Josh will have to at least work to get them last 2 balls on the board. For sure he has a cross corner here, thin contact. But Shane is kind of guaranteed now to have another chance at the purple 4 later on. And this is usually where you start to see a couple tries on the multi-rail. So they like to maybe go 2 rails in the side, or just depends on how it's laying. Could still go for a 1 rail cross corner with a lot of right spin to straighten the 5. That was close. It doesn't go in, so a shot for failure on the straight back. Now, could be interesting. Is he playing a 3 rail in the corner? 2 rails in the corner he's called. Multiple options. Could play 2 in the side, 2 in the corner. Quite full contact. Maybe a drip of left spin. But then again, if you look at the cue ball, that's his main focus on this. He just is making sure he doesn't leave filler straight in on a straight back, or possible a cross side, cross corner somewhere. A little bit more risky shot for filler. Played a really good cue ball there though. But a very clever shot because he's making sure this ball comes into play. And now possibly, if he gets a chance, he can run 2 and out, which was not possible before. This could be trouble. There's a cross corner. Or at least I like to cross corner and bring the cue ball straight down table, just in case you might hang up the 4. Like, the game of banks is not about just swinging at everything, because as you can see, yeah, it's not like all the balls are hangers. You know, when you're straight in, you're supposed to make them, but these kind of shots, they are easily missed, you know, just slightly too short, slightly too long. Well, it's interesting. Chose a way more defensive shot there. Shane has a 2-railer on the 5, which he has called. is guaranteed to leave the cue ball stuck to the short rail. So again, a free chance to clinch this opening rack.
This is close, but it's played at a speed where he knows it's going to be near the pocket if it doesn't go in. Not to give Filler anything from which he can attack.
Yeah, he has been pushed into a similar position like this before, Jim. And there he said, well, let's just swing at something and hopefully I make it and get shape. But he's kind of forced to move something off the rail. He's got a very aggressive two-railer on the 5 ball in the top right corner and bringing the cue ball back up table. Could go rail first. Well, he might have left either the 4 in the side pocket 1 rail or 2 rails in the side pocket. There's a more thicker contact, so he can play the cue ball a little bit better. Or is he just being patient? Yeah, patience. The beauty of banks. Know when to go and when not to go. Know when you're in stroke and know when you're not striking the ball as clean, and you just gotta be patient with yourself. Good shot there though. Good cue ball.
Josh needs both balls. Shane just won.
Soft kick into the 4. Oh, might have left a freebie on the 5 ball. Now, banking this straight back to the top left corner has bigger chances to go because you can play pocket speed and the pocket plays bigger. But it is lined up a little bit easier to play to the top right corner. Yeah, not far off, but then again, was just playing the correct speed, trying not to sell out. Now, are we gonna get something flashy here from him? 4 rails? No, he's playing safe. This is also, everybody has a different style on this. Ooh. I don't think he's hit a rail, yeah. What a mistake there.
He loses one of his banks.
Yeah, now in this case, it's like I'm swinging on the 8, and whatever happens, just make it, you know? Put yourself that 4-3 lead. Such a big lead, you know? That 1 ball is a big difference in playing banks, and it's in, so now Josh is in the lead, and he can play that patience game. Not sure, did he call the 2-railer on the 5? I think he has called the 2-railer, just barely missed it, but knowing that the 5 ball would go all the way back up table again. Yeah, I think that fall he took with the bridge, I think that kind of hurt Shane a little bit mentally, knowing that he's lost a very good position to clinch the first game. And this is a center ball, maybe a triple left spin straight back. And it's looking good. It's looking good.
Yeah, how about that? Filler completely turning the tables in this opening rack. He was in trouble. And that foul from Shane opened the door for him, and he took full advantage. So Josh Filler, 1-0 in the race to 3. And he will break in the second rack.
Yeah, Bankpool always racked with the one ball on the spot. Hand rack. No magic racks, no templates, whatever. It's old school. You rack them, you crush them as hard as you can.
Just under a half an hour for that first rack. So a lot of tactical play and safety exchanges.
Made the one ball. Will spot back up after his turn. Shape on the 2. Yeah, I think he was trying to force the cue ball over just a bit to the bottom side of the table as there's more options on that side, but this is also a choice in banks, you know. Some players, you know, they just go with the flow sometimes and they're not thinking too much about the shape. And some of them, they're trying to play pinpoint shape position. Oh. Something threw Shane off a bit though, because those are not shots you usually get to see him miss. So Joshua kind of free cross side on the 3 ball. He's going more aggressive on the 4. He has missed it. This is what I mean. Now suddenly they're going very aggressive, like they're looking for like a 10-minute gear or something. Like Josh got a little lucky there though, Jim. Not leaving much. Quite the cut on this 7 ball. Oh. And he's scratched. So now Shane on -1 has to make 6 to Joshua's 5 balls. Hopefully Jim is taking some notes. Talking about taking some notes, in the background I spotted one of our co-commentators, George Teacheas, taking some notes on this match.
I'm doing a lot of listening, Tim. You know that.
Yeah, this might not be the prettiest style to play banks. Obviously, everybody would like to pull their strongest move, the 5 and out. But sometimes it's just not there. You gotta grind your way through this. So you gotta make them 5 banks.
The second rack looks like it's unfolding very much like the opener. A lot of safety exchanges. As is the case with any cue sport discipline, the balls really dictate how the racks unfold. You just play them as they lie.
So a little ticky-tacky here. Could roll on top of the 3 ball, on top of the 9 ball, excuse me, and shoot the 3 into the 8 and slowly position the balls to where you might have a couple cross sides coming up soon, but he just chose to open up the game and let it ride. Clever shot there from Shane, trying to at least get some balls into play.
$40,000, the total purse in this event, $16,000 to the eventual winner. First year for Predator to be staging a Bankpool Showdown. Probably the first of many. They invited 8 players. They got such a response that they opened it up to 12. Great shot, that one from Filler. Gets him
not
off
just
the
to
mark
make
here in
the
second
4.
rack.
Not just to make the 4 there, Jim, just to bring the cue ball back just in case the 4 would hang up. And Filler a little bit, well, not complaining, but he's not happy with how the balls are laying, and I can understand because they kind of made a mess out of it. Could shoot straight back on the 9 and leave the cue ball on top of the 8 just in case. But hit that very thin and might have left Shane something on the 8. Or is he swinging at this 1 ball? Is he able to play a straight back? Yes, he has a straight back. Yeah, this is close. This is in. So now, after his turn, that ball spots back up as he's owing 1 ball. They already did the scoring, but we should not forget that ball being spotting back up. Missed a slight opportunity there though, Jim. Could have maybe tapped the cue ball right behind the knuckle of the corner.
Yeah, I'm not even sure he thought of that, Tim, but that would have made life a lot more difficult for Josh. Not that there's anything easy. 4 balls in the middle of the table in a row.
Now Joshua trying to block that side pocket. This is a tactical battle. They're already thinking ahead, trying to position some balls to where in the future things might get interesting for them. Shane now shooting the 8 into the 3 and the cue ball back. And that's also one thing I like about banks is that you kind of can choose based on how you feel. So now when you're in dead punch, I understand you shoot at the 7 ball, for example, straight back, but when you're not feeling great, you can just look for a shot and like Filler just did and bring the cue ball back up and stay patient. The game just takes a little longer, but that's part of the game. Good cue ball again. Obviously, the corner where Shane has played the cue ball to is the most annoying corner to be in for Filler. Because from that angle it will be tougher to nick the 2 ball and not scratch. Well, and slightly surprised Filler did not look for a different option. We might see a 2-railer here. Or does the 3 ball still go by the 9, Jim?
It's close, isn't it? Might have half a pocket, the outside half. Or the right side as we look. But I believe he does have a pocket here.
Oh, he has shortened it up too much, and I'm also surprised. I was thinking maybe he was going to play it soft and just make sure he doesn't leave that ball, but he went really aggressive on it, trying to get something on the 6 or the 8. Now, that did land for a double kiss, but he's got fairly straight on the straight back. Yeah, straight in, so things slowly starting to not look so great for Shane. Another chance. And if one of them catches a gear in this kind of positions, I'm quite sure we'll see 4s and 5s, but they've been just that slight bit off left and right. You see he has 2 cross sides here. And Shane called the straight back, showing me that he's not feeling too great and he's not wanting to give Filler too many cross sides, so he's just playing a more defensive choice. But then to say, he just stopped his cue ball right there. He went all in on it. Wow. Just wow.
Yeah, there have been a couple shots that I felt like they were in. I think the players thought they were in. This table has tightened up a bit. Cloth becoming a little bit more worn.
Well, great chance to at least tie the score at 2 balls for Shane. And especially with the balls they've been missing, I would just focus on making this cross side and don't do too much with the cue ball. Yeah, tried to do much and scratched.
And a couple unforced errors coming from Shane's cue. The first one was pivotal in the opening rack. Mistake with the bridge.
Well, I think both of them are slowly starting to run out of patience a bit, because Joshua took on that 7-ball, and that was a very slight, really small piece of rail he could hit there on the 7. Obviously was hoping to skim off those 2 balls a little bit more. Oh, it's close. Great shot there from Josh.
Well,
Now
he's
on
in
4,
command now.
only needs only 1 more, and he's going 2 rails in the side here, Jim. Then again, knowing that the 8 is blocking the straight back on the 3 ball, that 2 rail on the side was like a freebie. Oh, this is close. 3 in the side, almost completed. So let's see if Jim has been taking some notes. What would you think would be a great strategy for Feller from here, being up 4-0?
Well, I know one thing. He's not going to be taking any chances. He doesn't need to. Van Boning's the one that's got to take the risks now.
Yeah, so I'm expecting Feller to just tie some balls up, you know. He's got 2 already out of play, the 8 and the 9. And he certainly wants to make sure that he... Go ahead.
Feller, Joss's wife, and she's probably wondering how long he's going to be. She might be thinking about dinner already. Joss has got a lot of work to do. It's a race to 3, remember? He secured the first rack.
Uh-oh. Well, he has
Shane
given up 1, but is probably not going to lose too many after.
Shane waited for the mistake, and it came. He's missing too many that he should be getting, and he knows it. A chance for Filler here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's there, 2-0.
Yeah, he was in control.
Just not too sure about how Shane played the 6-ball. Like, he was trying to go force follow and get shape. And at some point, I just really like to make the ball, you know, just slowly playing yourself back into the match. Don't try to do too much over and over. Yeah, player overall performance for Shane. No bueno. See, both on a maximum run of 2 balls, which is quite low, to be honest. I know both of them in practice, they'll run countless of runs. 5, 6, 7, definitely possible, but wild cue ball. Does he get a nice opener? Not really. A little bit funny for first shot after the break. Not impossible, but quite a cut. And there's going to be some throw on the ball. So the 4 is going to cut the 4 a little bit more. Okay. 7 ball. Cross corner. Only has to make it and a good chance to get on the one ball to the side pocket. Yeah, done well. This is so typical Banks. See two players struggle to make a ball for a game long, and then right after they break and run 5. Oh, that's 3.
Well, he's on
Needs
3.
2 more. Oh, wow.
Oh,
And
what
that
a
little
nice
nut
touch
in
on
the
the
8.
Chance to
Oh,
run out
this
the
is for the
match
win.
right here. Great effort, that one from Filler, though. 2 balls come up, the 2 that were made off the break. And the 3rd that was fluke. So a tall order for Van Boning now. 5 balls on the table, and he's got to bank them all to stay alive in this one.
Oh, and look at this. Cross corner. This is such a high percentage bank. I cannot see Filler miss this. No, it's there.
Yeah, he knew it right away. Josh Filler, smooth sailing, 3-0 over Van Boning. And he's looking good value to win the group. He's won his first 2 matches in this one, and as we said, the group winner straight through to the semifinals. Well, again, it ended with fireworks, Tim, and very enjoyable. Great to have you along for the ride. As always, I was taking notes, and I'm running out of paper. But hopefully I'll be sitting alongside you again for some more Bankpool action later on, Tim. But thank you again.
Well, hopefully we get to see everybody again. We've got plenty more action to come soon. So stay tuned.
Yeah, the tail of the tape, folks, but a lot more pool action coming your way. So you won't want to stray too far from the stream. And for Tim DeRuyter, I'm Jim White again. Hope you enjoyed it. And you'll be hearing from us again real soon.